Tilray Brands, ticker symbol TLRY. I used to love this one. I used to see it going to $40, and then things went a bit with when Simon diversified. Yes, I know you'll say, well, they were always a brewery business. Yeah, they were, but things weren't going so well, so they kind of diversified a little bit too much. For me, I'd just buy DraftKings or a brewery company that was built from the ground up to be a brewery company. But anyway, not everyone agrees with me, and our guest today on the show, star guest on the show, in fact, I don't know if he still likes it, but I know he once did, and he was once in it. I can see it going to $40 then. Now, not so much. Not many people that focused on it anymore, but let's have a little look. So put your hands together, make some noise. Big round of applause. There it is. Let's bring Rod from POW Group live on the show, and let's hear what he has to say about Tillray, ticker symbol TLRY. Welcome to the show, Rod. How are you, mate?
Doing well. Thank you for having me on.
Welcome. You've been here all the time, really, haven't you? I know everyone watches this video thinking, oh, he just came on. It's been here for ages. We were doing XRP a minute ago. So, are you still in Tilray?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Still not, as much as I would be in crypto, but that's going to change here pretty soon. I'm going to be looking at probably in the next couple of months taking a lot of profits on my crypto and then rotating it into maybe some different cryptos that haven't run, looking for some laggards there. And then I'll also be looking at some more additional entries into the MJ space.
All right. So if you got a chart you might want to share with us, something we can put on the screen, yeah? All right. Yep. Let's go over to this screen, and you can share with me your thoughts on Tilray. Over to you, Rod.
Sure. You're going to love this one. So we'll start off with the bullish triple thunder crossover.
Oh, here we go again. Oh, listen, folks. Listen, a few minutes ago, hang on. Now you're giving me that. Your triple thunder bullish cross thing. We had this over here a minute ago. We had a poll. See? And I asked you might want to vote on this. Did you enjoy and learn something from our guest, Rod, today? Especially the triple thunder crossover. I think it's nonsense, right? Here is your YouTube channel. Here is his YouTube. So you can go and you can go and unsubscribe to him when you've heard about it, thinking I don't know. So I asked everybody, do you think it's great? Did you learn anything? 80% when it's great. It's not going the way I wanted it. All right. 10% say rubbish. Right? And undecided 10, but I'm going to refresh that because that's probably changed now. 51 votes. How many votes we got now? 54 votes. 80% still say it was great. Damn it, I was hoping they would say it was rubbish. Anyway, come on then. Give me your triple thunder cross bull over thing.
Yeah, so obviously people have different ways of valuing assets. Most people just look at the price, and everybody knows the price of everything, knows the value of nothing. Some people value things at, different price to earnings, different valuation, fundamental, kind of value investing principles. Some people look at the charts. I like to look at both. Obviously, I think, with the fair value of the company, with their assets, they've been paying down debt. I think, the fair value should be somewhere around $1.50. I think we're hugely undervalued from a value investing perspective based on how much they've been paying down their debt, and they continue to improve in their efficiencies. In terms of the technicals, from that bullish triple thunder crossover that occurred on July 2nd, if you look at the price, the closing price on July 2nd to where we are here, it was a 44% gain, and at the moment, it's actually a 4-hour bull flag. So we could see even additional gains at this point. This one's saying $1.04. So for everybody saying it's going to do a reverse split, if we get back up to that dollar mark, that's going to be a huge point of FOMO, because people are going to start to question whether or not they're going to regain organic compliance with the NASDAQ, which is the minimum bid price rule. You have to be over $1 for 10 consecutive business days. That will regain their compliance. Similar to what Village Farms just did. They actually received 2 warnings, and they did in 2023, they regained compliance. And then in 2024, they got an extension and they regained compliance. So there's a high probability, I think, that Tilray does kind of follow in that footsteps of Village Farms. If we take a look here at the weekly, we had a falling wedge that broke bullish as well. This just shows selling exhaustion at the end. And whether or not you believe in charts or not, if you don't, I must be the biggest BSer of life, because I don't know how I could make this stuff up. And we had this hidden bullish RSI.
I'm not saying anything. Well. I'm keeping out of it.
So you can see a falling wedge on the weekly chart, and then the RSI was trending with higher lows and higher highs on the price action, coming out of weekly oversold. So generally, you will expect an oversold bounce. That occurred on this week here of June 30th. We had the falling wedge breakout that had a target of 55 cents. Now we have our 4-hour bull flag targeting $1.04. And then, like I said, you can't get any more bullish than the bullish triple thunder crossover. The price closing above the 10-week, the MACD and the stochastic blasting off. And you can see an uptick in volume here as well on the lower level timeframes here. Once we started to break out, we had some massive volume. So it's looking pretty decent at the moment. We do have a bit of a triangle here, a symmetrical triangle that's forming here as well. And this is just part of that bull flag. So again, you can see here, if we were to break out of that bearish, you'd be looking at a move down to the golden ratio around 48 cents. We break out of it bullish, say here, we'd be looking at 83 cents. And then, like I said, that would confirm the 4-hour bull flag. Just means confluence, right? If you've got multiple signals, patterns, indicators all saying, we're going to $1, and you've got 8 or 10 indicators that you like to look at, if all of them are screaming buy, we're probably going much higher from here. If they're all saying, we're going to 40 cents, then we're going to expect that as the most likely scenario. So irrelevant of what I think or want to happen, obviously I want Tilray to go to that $40 target you were talking about, but I'm not going to come on here and say that because there's nothing supporting that at the moment. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll get a pattern that says that, and I'm more of a chartist, I'm more of a technical analyst, so that's what I gravitate to. But from a fundamental perspective, I would say the company is doing well. They're starting to listen to investors. They recently announced that they're going to be accepting crypto and utilizing AI. So like you said, the S&P 500, they talked about revaluing the S&P based on the growth ahead. Well, a lot of these companies are going to use AI. The amount of yield that's going to generate, it's going to cut down on their costs, labor costs, etc. Not great for employees, but it is what it is. It's going to generate tons of tax revenue. And yeah, from a fundamental perspective, they also listened to investors when they did the reverse split kind of approval. There was 57% in favor of, and then I think there was like 2 or 3 that abstained, and then there was somewhere around 41% who voted against it. So I think, irregardless of what the company wants to do, I think they really did take that into account, that, hey, 41% of our stockholders don't want this to happen. So they pushed the brakes on that. There was in that same article, it said, hey, this was approved. The board of directors can approve or can initiate now a 1 for 10 or a 1 for 20, similar to what SPCE did, right? Virgin Galactic, I think they did a 1 for 20, right?
Well, we'll come on to Virgin Galactic in a second. Just give me your final thoughts to wrap this section up, okay. Rod. Where you think Tilray might be in a year if all goes well?
If we get rescheduling, which I think is a very high probability, and if we get safer banking sometime between, after crypto legislation's over here in the next few months, I think there's a good chance it happens before 2026 midterms. We'd be looking at somewhere on, I could see it at $10.
Thank you very much indeed, Rod. Great information there from Rod today from POW Group. I'll give you the link below. You can vote on our poll if they thought it was great or rubbish, like I mentioned earlier, or you can look into the next series. I'll put a little playlist together. He was talking about XRP, and in a moment, we're going to talk about Virgin Galactic as we wrap this up today. Sort of a trilogy of great wisdom from our man in Canada. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description, over here and over here. I'll put the playlist. I'll put Tilray and I'll put the Rod playlist. We can have 3 things today. He's done XRP, Tilray, and of course Virgin Galactic. That's coming up next. Until next time, as always, don't forget our competition running, $1,000 of XRP. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.